Now, going over to the business blunder of the day, you have Toyota Finance fined about $60 million for allegedly saddling customers with overloaded loans, which, again, grammatically sounds terrible, but this is from NBC News. They know that Toyota Motor Credit will return $48 million to customers and pay $12 million in penalty for allegedly tricking customers into products that were hard to cancel. And this is absolutely the business blunder of the day, considering when you think of Toyota, traditionally you think of, I would argue, a quality products, a business you can trust. I mean, their vehicles will last a quarter of a century and 1,000,000 miles. It's as close to bulletproof you're going to get, with the exception of the Cybertruck, which is allegedly bulletproof. To be reliable, you'd have to do a powertrain swap to actually rip out the electric engine and put in a good old reliable diesel engine, or perhaps a Toyota engine in there. Should be a fun garage project, and if I had unlimited funds, I'd certainly do. But nevertheless, back to Toyota. They noted that specifically Toyota Motor Credit were telling customers that if they wanted to cancel extra products bundled into their car loans, they should call a hotline that had allegedly been set up to frustrate them. Employees who answered the phone were told to continue promoting the products until the customer asked them to cancel 3 times, at which point the employee was supposed to say that the only way to cancel was with a written request. Which, again, that sounds almost as bad as Comcast, which is historically one of the most hated companies in America. They have these polls all the time where they actually ask consumers what company do they hate the most, and Comcast wins that many times. They're a ringer. If you were to place your bets on that, I'm not saying it's a sure thing, but the odds would be in your favor. And one of the issues is, very similarly, if you try to cancel some of the services, many consumers are frustrated that it's darn near impossible. And historically and famously, and interestingly enough, this sales tactic, ridiculous enough, it works. They, in their training at Comcast a couple years ago, if you were to call to try to cancel your subscription or your service at Comcast, they would ask you, would you like to upgrade for $20 to something else? And some people actually said yes, which is astonishing, but that sales tactic did work for those folks. Now, in terms of this particular instance with Toyota Finance, they noted that more than 118,000 customers called the hotline from 2016 to 2021. And in addition to paying the fines and restitution, the agencies say that Toyota Motor Credit will also be required to make it easy for customers to cancel unwanted coverage, inform consumers that they can cancel the products online or in writing, and monitor dealers to make sure they don't add products to customer loans without the borrower's consent. The company is also going to be prohibited from tying employee compensation or performance metrics to consumer retention of bundled products, such as the ones issued in the case. The CFPB noted that these products averaged between $700 to $2,500 per loan, and the agency said that the company had knowingly given false information to ratings agencies, hurting the customers' credit scores by telling the reporting companies the consumers were missing their payments when they had actually returned the vehicle they had leased. So again, legally speaking, technically Toyota Motor Financial, very similar to General Motors, and you have General Motors Financial, they're a separate legal entity, and they have whole different infrastructures, whole different talent pools, whole different people. But at the end of the day, the brands are very much correlated, and of course, they do support each other, since it makes sense if you're selling a vehicle to have a type of leasing or financial arm or division, or in these cases, separate companies, to facilitate that, to make the sales easier, as well as to increase your revenue. And traditionally, it was a great symbiotic relationship between the consumers and the lenders. Now, in this case, it's going to be a huge bruise on their eye, or so to say, because again, a lot of people know and trust Toyota. They make great vehicles, usually great customer service. I mean, all the times you read about these articles where people are hitting 300,000 miles, 400,000 miles, 1,000,000 miles on the odometer, more often than not, it's a Toyota. And to have a business practice that damages your reputation and just does not bode well, or it's a bad gut check, so to say, that's got to be the business blunder of the day. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, have a happy Thanksgiving. Especially want to thank you for taking the time to tune in today. Don't forget to take the time to subscribe. We're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of November. So if you click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, any comments are greatly appreciated, because I want to make the channel better and better, and your feedback is appreciated, even if it's harsh critique, because I argue that is how you grow the most. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.